Welcome back. Nasa Pilipinas ngayon ang dating NBA All-Star at champion na si Glen Rice para sa selebrasyon ng Filipino Heritage Week. Nag-participate din si Rice sa isang basketball clinic para sa mga batang Pinoy, and we are honored to have the former Michigan Wolverine here in the studio tonight. Welcome to the Score, Glen Rice. Glen, good evening.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us. It's such a pleasure to have you here. And we've been chatting already before we got on there, but I wanted to save this most important message. From the bottom of my heart, I want to thank you for being my go-to guy in NBA Live 95. And we were going to put up on the screen, I kid you not, where you would not miss, and I would clobber my cousin every single night. You were my man, so thank you for that. Great to meet you finally in the flesh. All right, okay. Let's start first with your high school career, because you had a great high school career. You had it in Flint, Michigan. You stayed in Michigan as well. So what's that like? Not every high school star stays in the state, or nearby his hometown to go to college and do very well. So what was that like for you growing up?
It was fun. It was a lot, a lot of hard work to be able to win back-to-back championships at that particular time, because there was a lot of talent in Flint, Michigan at that time. But one of the things I've always tried to do is just go out there and compete hard against the best players that was in the area playing at that particular time. And Flint, as you know, we breed a lot of great players, and fortunately I was, able to say that I was one of them. So it was a great time, and I'm just proud of it.
And the decision to go to Michigan, what was that like? Was it a tough decision to make, where to go, and end up choosing Michigan?
It wasn't that tough. I mean, I think one of the reasons, a couple of reasons why I picked Michigan is because, it was a great school, both academically and sports-wise, and it was going to be a whole lot easier for my mom to travel to Ann Arbor. That was about about a half-hour drive. So that had a lot of influence in doing it. And Coach Frieda was that was my guy at the time. So yeah, it was easy.
There you go. Well, nowadays not a lot of kids finish 4 years of college, and that was one thing that you did. Was there something specific that you had a commitment to yourself or your family, or was it a basketball thing that you wanted to really develop yourself before you make the jump, or was it, I want to get a championship, because you did in your last year, right?
It was a little bit of all,
Okay.
You definitely wanted to stay there and finish up. My mom really wanted me to finish up, and at the same time that my ego got in the way, because I did want to win a championship before I got out of there. And we had a team that was talented enough to get close to that job, getting that job done, and so it paid off. Hanging around paid off, and like you said, a lot of guys don't stick around too long, and that's very unfortunate, because they're really missing out on a grand opportunity to further along their skills and also develop as far as maturity.
You never got worried about possibly affecting your draft stock if you stayed too long or finish it out, if not gone earlier?
Well, my junior year, I did think about coming out. I was told that I could finish anywhere, from 1 to 16, and I figured, well, you know what? I'm a pretty healthy guy. I've had luck on my side, and so I took the gamble.
And you ended up increasing your stock because of that awesome run. Correct me if I'm wrong. You still have the record of the most points in the tournament?
The record is still standing.
182?
Yeah, I think it's 184.
184.
So, yeah,
That's going to be kind of hard to beat.
The thing about it is, like, when you look at the great players in college now, they're not really giving themselves the opportunity to stay long enough to beat that record.
Right.
And for the most part, on teams that have guys that can break it, like Kentucky, they have too many guys on their team.
Too many good guys, exactly. Okay, so because of that, you got drafted number 4. Not all lottery players eventually have a great career. What was it like for you in terms of finding that rhythm to really become great? What was your mindset coming in? Because some of these guys, have a top 5 pick, they coast along, get a big contract, athletics shoe contract and everything. But for you, what was it like in your early years that made you hungry to keep improving?
Well, yeah, when I was chosen by the Miami Heat, it was their second year in the NBA as a franchise, and it was a humbling experience. I just came off of winning a national championship, a winning tradition.
Yeah.
I came into the NBA where we'd probably win, the first couple of seasons, we'd win 17, 18 games a year.
Big difference.
It was a big difference, man. It was humbling, and at the same time, it was a learning period, because we had to learn how to win again. We had to learn how to play together, And there was a lot of sacrificing going on, and you know, through the development, I mean, my coach at the time, Ron Rothstein, was great. I mean, he helped me along the way. He taught me how to be a professional, and that was very key to my success through the rest of my career.
Now, did you have anybody that you would consider was a mentor for you, whether he was an on-the-court teammate or somebody with, you know, on the sidelines that really helped you out?
It was basically my coaches. I mean, I've always had the will to get better and better. You know, I always said, look, I need to get better in whether it be dribbling, constantly keep working on my shooting, and just being a team leader. And that was easy for me. But coming into the NBA, I mean, when you look on the other side, there was always other great players, whether it be they were stronger, quicker, or even, you know, offensively or defensively much more skilled than what you had to offer. So it was a constant effort in trying to get better. And it was so
now, after the 3 all-star performances, winning the 3-point shootout against Reggie Miller, by the way, that was awesome.
Yes, sir.
I'm sure you still rub it into him till today.
I do a little bit. That's my friend. Reggie's great.
You went to the Lakers. You had an awesome year there, won your championship there with Phil and Shaq and Kobe. What was that like? I mean, few players have the opportunity to say, I played and won with them, and you were like, you know, the term wasn't coined yet then, Big Three, but if it were today, I would call that the Big Three of that year. So what was it like playing with Shaq and Kobe and winning it with Phil?
It was awesome. I mean, one of the things, the ultimate goal when you get drafted is to get drafted, first of all, to be in the NBA. Second, to be able to put yourself in a position to win a championship and go out and win one. I was very fortunate to be able to play with 2. One is already a Hall of Famer, and I'm pretty sure Kobe's going to be a Hall of Famer as well. And being able to play with Phil Jackson, who's one of the greatest coaches of all time. I mean, it was unreal. I mean, it was a dream come true. It's what the NBA is all about, hoisting that trophy at the end of the night and getting that champagne poured all over your face. So playing with Shaq and Kobe, it was easy. It was. I mean, it was easy. You got probably one of the guys, the most dominant player in Shaquille O'Neal, and then Kobe could arguably be second behind Jordan as far as offensive skills and even his defensive skills. So it was a great time.
Awesome. And we all enjoyed it. You know, a lot of Filipinos are Laker fans too.
Yes,
so
sir.
I'm sure a lot of them remember you for your Laker years. Okay, now fast forward some years down the line, you had another duel here in the Philippines against a guy we call the Trigger Man. You had a really rare Legends exhibition tour. You had an exhibition game. And boy, did you guys steal the show. What was that experience like? Were you aware that guy on the other side of the court, that lefty dude could shoot like that?
We was aware that he could shoot, absolutely. We didn't think he could shoot that good. And I was super impressed because I love seeing shooters shoot the way he did, and you know, he was a really nice guy. I mean, the respect level that was there at that moment in that game was unbelievable. I mean, it's what the game is all about, and it was a joy to be able to be on the same team with him, because Lord knows I would not have wanted to be on the other team, because I would have felt I had to go back at him, and who knows what that would have been like. But it was a great experience, and being that it was my first time here, I mean, it made it that much more special.
That was so much fun to watch. Okay, now you've been here for the last 3 days, and you've already spoken to some of the media, and I've heard you already talk about Filipinos. That's why we're celebrating Filipino Heritage.
Yes, sir.
The possibility of having, you know, a full-fledged homegrown Filipino. Of course, we're so proud to have Jordan Clarkson there right now repping us. Coach Spo on the sidelines in Miami. Raymond Townsend, who broke it all for us with the Warriors way back in the 70s. But what would it take for a Filipino, you know, homegrown here, to make it into the NBA?
I tell you, when you look at how the game has changed today, a lot of smaller players are being a huge impact. And for the most part, you have a lot of small players who it's quicker, definitely much better shooters. I think the possibility of perhaps one getting to the NBA is not that far-fetched. I think what they have to do is continue to keep working hard, keep believing in their dream that they can get there one day, and the door is open. The door is open. The love for the game is unreal here. I mean, basketball it's phenomenal here, and it rivals what the U.S. fans are doing. I believe between the Miami Heat and the Warriors, I mean, you got something like 5.7+ million fans. That's a great testament to the people here.
And that's why we're celebrating the Heritage Week with
Absolutely.
the NBA. All right, today you had an NBA Cares event. You had a viewing party yesterday. What's the experience been like with the Filipinos hanging out and just chilling with the kids as well?
It's been great. I mean, we had an NBA Cares today. I had an opportunity to go out and work with the kids a little bit, and it's fun to see that it's starting at the grassroots.
Yeah.
The fundamentals are being taught, which is super important. I mean, a lot of times, people forget about how important the basic fundamentals are to the game. You're not forgetting that here, and that's going to be a huge edge for you along the way throughout each individual that wants to try and pursue basketball.
Well, you guys are a big help. Junior NBA has been a big program here the last few years.
Well, it's easy when, like I said, when you have the love for basketball here, like you have.
Yeah, good point.
For me, it's an honor to be here when it's Filipino Heritage Week.
Thank
I
you.
mean, it's given me an opportunity to really get closer and have a better understanding about your culture.
Well, you do work with Coach Spo as part of the Miami Heat organization.
Yes, sir.
What's it like? I mean, he's our pride and joy, two-time champion. What a lot of people are saying, probably future Hall of Famer, because it's rare that you have a two-time coach as a champion. So what's it like working with Coach Spo, and how? I got to speak to him the other night through our Cisco chat, and he was just beaming with pride. That he thought it was just one game, He didn't realize it was like the whole league. There'll be shirts like this and all.
Yes.
He was just in awe.
And he should be, because let me tell you, he has represented the Filipino people very well. I mean, Coach Spo is a first-class act. He's done a very, very good job for the Miami Heat, and especially this year. I mean, from what he had to work with, and after all, there was some struggles there in the beginning.
Yeah, but now what a run they're on.
A serious run.
22 of the last 27 games.
Yeah, and it just goes to show you, is if you hang in there together and you believe in what's being taught, great things can happen, and they're one of the hottest teams in the NBA right now. Hopefully they can get into the playoffs, and if they can do that, you can almost count that they're going to stir up some trouble.
Well, the many years I've known Coach Spo, he's always talked about the culture of family within the Miami Heat organization. Tell us a bit about that as well, and why he loves to it oozes out of him how he talks about how, we're different. We're not like all the other teams.
They are different. I've always told people, look, if you really want to truly become a leader, believe in family, believe in the support as a community, giving back, the Miami Heat is the organization you want to be with. They're a top-class organization, one of the best organizations in the league, if not the best.
Yep.
And I'm fortunate to be able to be involved with them after starting out there a long time ago, and it's a blessing.
That's right. You've come full circle.
I've come full circle, and it's only to the credit of them believing in who I am and what I represent. I fit in on the same page as they.
So what are the chances? I mean, of course, they might break the playoffs, but with the way they're playing now, with the way the coaching staff has adjusted, because it was also a challenge for Spo to do well without Fizz anymore by his side, and so much young talent. You see the potential of a couple of veterans, free agents say, hey, this is a team I might want to join next year. We're going to have a good run with.
I think so. The Miami Heat has done so well, both on and off the court. It's so easy for a vet or an all-star somewhere else to look and say, hey, you know what? The possibilities of going to Miami and perhaps playing there, it's great. I mean, they offer a lot of great things. It's a great organization. It's a great place to be, Miami, and great weather, great people. So the offer there is very enticing.
Interesting. Well, we already got a great gift by the Heat the other day when they won the first Filipino Heritage Week game. They got another one coming up tomorrow, I think, and you'll be watching again.
Absolutely.
I'll tell the fans where they can check out that game and meet you as well. I heard you're just Mr. Personality. You stop everywhere for pictures and autographs.
Yeah, I'm trying
awesome.
to be everywhere.
Yeah.
Like I said, I've had a great time, and I believe I forget where we're at in the morning. The Global.
The Globe Iconic Center.
Yeah, the Globe Iconic Center.
At the Bonifacio High Street Mall.
Yes, we're going to be there early. Bring a packed breakfast or come in there and enjoy breakfast with me, and we're going to watch the Miami Heat go 2-0.
Awesome. Well, Glenn, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure having you here. You're a perfect fit for our guest of honor for Filipino Heritage Week.
Thank you.
And bring the message back home how huge the Filipinos love the NBA, and we can't wait for it to grow.
You can count on me.
Thank you, Glenn. A pleasure. Thank you. See you soon.
Hi guys, keep watching The Score for the latest sports updates, and don't forget to subscribe to the ABS-CBN Sports in Action YouTube channel.